All of this just makes me wish here in Australia we could impeach politicians, They do the wrong thing, let's bloody well sort them out. And, of course, they can do that in the US, and the House has voted today to pursue impeachment of the President Joe Biden. Now, the Republicans are obviously investigating him for connections with his son, Hunter, and Hunter's dodgy business dealings and whether or not his father might have been involved and benefited from all of this. Hunter comes out today and says there is no evidence whatsoever. Why bother?
There's no evidence to support the allegations that my father was financially involved in my business because it did not happen. Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics, expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say. What are they afraid of? I'm here. I'm ready.
The big man, as Hunter calls him, meanwhile, Joe Biden, stood up for a presser today, and as you can imagine, he tackled this issue head on.
Ask the press to step out so we can begin our briefing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Greatest answer in history, as we expect from Joe Biden. Now, the White House says this is politically motivated. I wonder what other kind of proceedings going on in the US at the moment might be politically motivated. Might they involve Donald Trump?
I mean, if this is politically motivated, that is unprecedented.
Would you believe it?
I laughed so hard today because Hunter Biden had the temerity to say the Republicans have no shame. This is a man who has spent millions of dollars on hookers. We all have the bank records. Slept with his brother's wife after his brother died of cancer. Has been literally emptied his daughter's college fund to pay for crack at a time he didn't have money. I could go on, but it's a short show compared to the list. And he has the temerity to turn around and say, the Republicans have no shame. This idea that he can gaslight the American public into believing that there's absolutely nothing to see here. This is baseless. There is no evidence. His own business partner went absolutely nuclear on him just months ago and said not only did Biden regularly dine with him and these foreign business partners in person, but was on the phone with them at least 20 times. Then there's the bank records. You literally can't argue with bank records. It is on your bank records. The Biden family received in excess of $20 million from these particular foreign actors. So the fact that you can just face the press like that and be like, well, this is baseless, the Republicans have no shame, it's all political, and that's all that's what's going on here.
So the formal decision to launch an impeachment inquiry, because they've already been inquiring, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, that's how they got to this point. And then they got really excited because they were like, we've now almost got enough to bag ourselves an impeachment inquiry. So this is Christmas come early. This is what they were working toward, and this is what they've now got.
So now they can compel people like Hunter Biden and others to give evidence, and they can compel records and documents that they haven't been able to get their hands on.
An impeachment inquiry is far more powerful in terms of, you've got to give me what I want.
And Hunter has said he'll only do it in public. He won't speak at an in-camera meeting. He wants to do it all in front of the public, presumably because he's afraid of what they might ask him in camera where the public can't see it, because there are certain things that they won't reveal in public.
He claimed it's because, well, if it's not in public, if it's behind closed doors, they'll skewer my words and I won't be properly represented.
They might ask you some questions that they couldn't ask in public. But the issue is, even if the investigation turns up the evidence that would be required for an impeachment, it then has to go to the Senate for a 2/3 majority vote, and the Senate is controlled by the Democrats.
Right.
So you're not going to get an impeachment, but it's worth doing the investigation anyway, because leading up to the next presidential election, this is the one thing that could potentially give the Democrats the opportunity to turf Biden. Because if they think this looks bad, and it could end up looking very bad, they've actually got a way to move the bloke with mashed potato for brains out of the door without telling him, mate, we actually don't trust your brains work and we've got to get rid of you. Like it could actually end up being a good thing for the Democrats, perverse.